Imagine you're flying a plane through thick clouds. Air traffic control sends an important instruction. You don't reply with "okay" or "I understand." Instead, you say one simple word: Roger.
Roger that.
It's a word we've heard in war movies, aviation recordings, military operations, and even everyday conversations. But have you ever stopped to wonder why people say Roger in the first place? Who is Roger? What if I told you that one of the most famous words in military and aviation history isn't a person's name at all? Today on Think Frontier, we're revealing the unexpected story behind the word Roger. Why did his name become the universal way to acknowledge a message? And why has this one word survived for more than a century while so many others have disappeared? The answer takes us back to the earliest days of wireless communication, and it's far more interesting than most people realize. Back in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, radio technology was still in its infancy. Signals were often weak, static constantly interfered with transmissions, and messages could easily become distorted. In those conditions, long responses weren't practical. Operators needed a fast and reliable way to confirm that a message had been received. That's where the letter R entered the story. In Morse code communication, the letter R became shorthand for one simple meaning: received. Instead of sending a lengthy confirmation, operators could quickly transmit R and move on. It was efficient, clear, and saved valuable time. But as voice radio began replacing Morse code, a new problem appeared. Over noisy radio transmissions, simply saying the letter R could be misheard. It might sound like another letter entirely. To solve this issue, communicators developed phonetic alphabets, assigning specific words to each letter. Today, we use Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Romeo. But before the modern phonetic alphabet existed, the word assigned to the letter R was Roger. So whenever someone said Roger, they were actually saying the letter R. And R still meant received. That's the entire origin. No famous soldier named Roger, no inventor named Roger, just a practical solution to a communication problem. During World War II, the use of Roger exploded across military communications. Pilots, naval officers, and ground troops relied heavily on radio transmissions. Messages had to be acknowledged instantly and without confusion. Instead of saying lengthy phrases such as, "I have received and understood your transmission," personnel simply responded, "Roger." One word: fast, professional, effective. The term became deeply associated with discipline, precision, and reliability. After the war ended, the military continued using it, and eventually the aviation industry adopted it as well. Even when the official phonetic alphabet changed and R became Romeo, the word Roger remained. By that point, it had become part of communication culture. Old habits die hard, especially when they work. Now, many people assume Roger means the same thing as understood or copy that. But technically, they're not identical. Roger means, "I received your message." It doesn't necessarily mean you agree with it or that you'll follow the instruction. Copy originally implied that the message was noted or recorded, and understood means the information was fully comprehended. In everyday conversation, those differences don't matter much. But in aviation, military operations, and emergency situations, precise language can prevent costly mistakes. That's why these terms developed distinct meanings. Then there's the phrase most people know: Roger that. Technically, it's a little redundant because Roger already means received, but language isn't always about efficiency. People naturally add extra words for emphasis, rhythm, and clarity. And thanks to decades of movies and television shows, Roger that became the version most people recognize today. In fact, Hollywood played a huge role in turning a technical radio term into a cultural icon. The phrase started appearing everywhere. Police officers used it. Astronauts used it. Action heroes used it. Eventually, ordinary people started saying it too. Today, someone might text "Roger that" to confirm dinner plans without realizing they're using terminology that dates back to the earliest days of radio communication. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. A simple communication shortcut created to overcome static and interference somehow survived world wars, technological revolutions, and the rise of the internet. More than 100 years later, it's still part of our language. So the next time you hear someone say Roger or Roger that, you'll know exactly what you're hearing. Not a person's name, not military jargon. Just a century-old confirmation that means one simple thing: message received. And sometimes the smallest words carry the biggest stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what everyday word or object you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching.